Oh, good morning. It's early morning, about 7:30 on Sunday of the big game. We ran out of propane apparently late last night. I ended up just turning on an electric blanket instead of getting out and switching tanks. So that'll be one of my things to do this morning, is check the temperature. It's 37 degrees outside, and being the super warm caravan that this is 37 degrees inside. So we're under the electric blanket, which is pretty good. Miss Maggie looks like she's under a bunch of blankets right now in her little spot. But with the cold, I'm definitely awake. I just don't want to get out of the covers. But some cup of coffee is calling my name, so let's see if Miss Maggie will get up here. Miss Maggie, are you awake? You ready for some breakfast, Maggie? Oh, that was a good stretch, girl. All right, yes, thank you. All right, let's get you some breakfast. All right. Sun's coming up, so it should warm up pretty quick, but I want to get this turned over now so that we can start warming it up in there. All right, time for our morning coffee. Gotta take this from work mode to breakfast mode. Do have the heat going now, thank goodness. I also cracked the vent a little bit because whenever I cook in here, you gotta have some fresh air going. So we'll get that going. All right, water's going. Time to get coffee up and running. So I found that this AeroPress is definitely the quickest, easiest way to make coffee. I've used a couple of different things on my trip so far, but this is by far the easiest to clean, and that makes it way up there. So easy to clean is a big deal. Doesn't use a whole lot of water to clean it, which is always a bonus when you're in the desert. And I like to use a little fresh ground coffee to get the best taste here. Miss Maggie's over there keeping a close eye on me. She's looking to get back into her little cocoon there. She had a couple of dog beds over there, but when I was in Carlsbad, she ended up getting really sick while I was exploring the caverns. And it was kind of one of the first times I left her alone in here for any period of time. I don't think she got into anything in the trailer. I think it was something in the campsite. But she ended up throwing up over everything. So I had to throw all my bedding away, throw her bedding away. It was a disaster. And it was right the day before Thanksgiving. So I couldn't get her into a vet until like Friday. And by then she was recovering nicely. So, but anyway, so now she just gets my sleeping bag that I was able to clean up, and then a down blanket and another blanket, and that's her sleeping side. So the cold weather woke me up about 4 a.m. That's when I discovered we no longer had heat. Fortunately, I knew today was going to be sunny all day, so I had no problem going ahead and hooking the electric blanket up to my jackery here. It did pull, it was at 100%, so it pulled about 27% off of it during the night. But that electric blanket works great. It's just very energy costly to run. Because I only ran it for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and it took 25% of the battery there. I try not to hook it up to the house system. I keep the house system mainly for the heater, the refrigerator, the main functions of the house. So the jackery's more for electronics, laptops, phones, watches, and then the satellite I also run off the jackery most of the time, as long as I got power to the jackery, and that kind of just limits my use of electricity a little bit, which isn't a terrible thing, and it saves my house batteries. See, this looks like water's about ready. So this little butane cooker's been a nice backup system to the outside when I don't want to cook outside because it's either cold or windy. Most of the time it's just because it's windy. I can cook in here or heat up water. The only things I really cook in here is basically been soups. So the only downside about this butane is it doesn't like to work in the cold, extreme cold. Closer to freezing you get, the less it wants to work. And we were not that cold, but it's taking a little while to fire up and warm this coffee, but that's all right. We're getting there. All right, I think we're warm enough. Let's go ahead and get some coffee made here. Now this is similar to like a French press. We want to get our coffee grounds nice and covered. And then it slowly drips through. And it works out to about 1 3/4 of these will fill my coffee cup. So I let this kind of go ahead and drip through. And I refill it and then press it on through. Next thing you know, I got some coffee. Some mornings I really wish this was faster, but this does make the best cup of coffee that I've tried so far. I bought some instant coffee just to give it a shot for emergencies, and it was terrible. So at the end of the day, this makes a good cup of coffee. And again, it's super easy to clean this, whereas my actual French press took a whole bunch of water to get clean. So we retired the French press and been using this Aero press. Looks like I got my water just right for a change. I usually don't have enough or too little. So I usually let this sit for a couple minutes to get the last little bit of coffee in there, a little more time to marinate in the bean juice, and then that's what I usually do, is put this thing away, and then I'm ready for my morning cup of joe. The way it works, all your coffee grounds are down here with the filter. You take this off, plunge the rest of it out, and just wipe it off, and you're clean and ready for the next cup. So that's fantastic. Makes just enough to fill the cup. So I'm going to bring you along a little bit today. Kind of a day in the life sort of thing. We are going to be getting ready for the big football game today. So I want to go into town, pick up some firewood. I've got another big old juicy steak that I got prepped and ready to go that we're going to try cooking over the new grill. I got some charcoal for that, and then once we're done with that, I like to build a fire in there while we watch the game. Hopefully we should be able to stream the game on the phone with the NFL Plus program I've got, so it's not like watching it on the big screen. I did go up to Parker, Arizona, to scout places to maybe watch the game, but I kind of decided I didn't want to be around a whole bunch of people. I'm still kind of getting used to living out here in the desert, and I've really enjoyed not being around a lot of people, and while I was up there, I did have lunch at a great place, Billy's Wings. Best wings I've had in a long time, and they're big Kansas City fans, so they're having the game on, but they already told me they're pretty much booked out, and even for their wings, there's like a waiting list to get on to get their wings. So nothing else really sparked my interest while I was looking around, so we're just gonna watch the game here, cook out, bring you guys along, and then you guys can hang out with me and see what it's like. But so far, the biggest things that need to be done in the morning is get my cup of coffee made. Fantastic. Get Miss Maggie fed and get the bed made, which we've done. And then we're gonna need to clean up outside a little bit around the camp. We had some wind blow through last night. Nothing too bad, but we just need to get some things straightened up out there. And then we got that heat feels good. The nice thing about a small RV like this is it does heat up pretty quickly. But it's definitely doesn't hold the heat. As I was saying, it was exactly the temperature that it was outside this morning. So, but it does heat up pretty quickly. And I'll give you a tour of the trailer. Probably not today, because I'm still in the middle of 2 projects that kind of have stuff laying out. So, but in the next week or so, I'll try to film a tour of the trailer so you guys can see more about that. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. I don't know if it's going to be all that exciting, but it'll give you kind of a glimpse on what my day-to-day is. And I know some family members think I just huddle in the bed all day watching YouTube videos on my phone, but that's just every other day. So we got a beautiful day. High is only supposed to be in the low 60s, which is actually kind of cool for Arizona right now, but it still should be sunny. So as soon as I finish my cup of coffee, we're going to take Maggie for a walk, and then we will head into the town, pick up some firewood hopefully, and maybe just some kind of vegetable for tonight, as I've already ran through all my fresh veggies. So we'll see what we can find in town. There's not a whole lot in Quartzsite as far as fresh vegetables go, so we'll see what we can find, and we'll bring you along. Are you supposed to be on my bed? Are you supposed to be on my bed? No. No. Are you supposed to be on my pillows? No. Yes, you're my baby girl. Yes, you're alright. Yes, you're okay, sweetie. Oh, such a good girl. So I got this waterproof cover for the bed, because keeping her off of it is pretty much a no-go, and this helps keep the sand and water off of it. But as you can tell, she would rather dig under it or lay on my pillows. So what we do for our dogs. So first stop in Quartzsite is to go get propane refilled. Stopped at this RV relief place. You can dump your black tanks, get a water fill and propane fill all here, which I've done a couple of times. Right now I'm just running in to get some propane here. So that's step one. Step two then is to go get some firewood. And the firewood guy is right by the flea market area, which is in downtown Quartzsite. So we stopped there, picked up a couple of bundles of firewood. He had the best deals. And then went off to Roadrunner Market. Quartzsite's pretty small, so it doesn't have much for grocery, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get the vegetables I wanted in the condition I wanted at this place, but we ended up grabbing the potatoes and onion here, and then back to camp. All right, let's get some potatoes prepped up.
Got these beauties right here. All right, onions up next. Put these in the pot. So my plan was to do Brussels sprouts with a little bit of bacon and maybe some green beans, but finding a decent vegetable in quartzite is really hard to do. Everything was brown and wilted. Only thing that looked halfway decent, of course, are the root vegetables. So it's going to be onions and potatoes sauteed up with maybe a little bacon grease in there, because bacon grease makes it all better. All right, time for some onion. All right, time for onions to go in the pot. We'll get this all sauteed up. Alrighty folks, we're gonna give this a shot. Cooking over our new barbecue grill here. Got everything going with some mesquite charcoal briquettes, and got our steak seasoned and ready to roll. So hopefully it goes well, because the game's about ready to start. We want to be watching that game with a big steak in our belly. Alright, let's see how we do. So Maggie gets special treat today too. We got some of her kibble soaked with a little broth, and then we're going to do a couple eggs in there as well. Alright, got a couple eggs in there, and now it's ready for her. Come on, sweetie. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Alright, let's get our first flip in here, see how she's looking. Sounds like it's cooking nicely. Oh yeah, look at that. Very good. This is going to be awesome. Alright, we're looking pretty good here. Time to pull her off and let her rest for a little bit. Looking good. Alright, here we go. Got our steak, we got our potatoes, onions, garlic, and we're going to try this bad boy out. Watch a little Super Bowl and enjoy the fire. Alright, nailed it that time. That was so good on the grill. Very, very good. So we're turning the grill into a fireplace now for the rest of the evening. And we're going to be watching our game right here and enjoying a beautiful evening with a couple of cocktails. All right on, folks. So that dinner was 100% a success. We're going to chill out here by the fire, have a cocktail, watch the rest of the Super Bowl game. That steak was definitely more impressive than that first quarter. Hopefully we'll see some scoring soon. Anyway, thanks for coming along on a not so typical day, but something I thought you might be interested in. Some of the things that I do on a normal day, plus throwing a Super Bowl. So anyway, we both ate so well tonight. Maggie's super happy, taking a nap. Are you happy over there, Miss Maggie? Yeah, are you happy? So we're gonna see you soon, but thanks for following along. We appreciate it, and we'll catch you on down the road.